Let me tell you something about how this world works. It doesn't respect your feelings. It doesn't reward your tears. It doesn't care about your dreams if you're sitting on your couch. This world bows to the grinders, the relentless, the obsessed, the dogs who refuse to quit. This world belongs to the people who look in the mirror and say, you will not outwork me. You will not out-hustle me. You will not beat me because I will not stop. And that's a mindset, not a mood. That's a lifestyle, not a phase, not a phase. Because the truth is, while most people are out there chasing balance, comfort, and shortcuts, I'm out here chasing the grind. I'm addicted to the process. I breathe the struggle. Because the minute you let someone outwork you, you have given them the right to own your life. And I don't give my life away to anybody. Not to my fears, not to my laziness, not to the next man. So when you think you can sleep in while I'm grinding, when you think you can party while I'm working, when you think you can skip steps while I'm stacking them, understand something deep in your bones. You will not outwork me. You see, hard work is the only thing in this world that does not lie. It's the great equalizer. It doesn't care where you're from, what your name is, how you feel today. It will pay you if you pay it. It will reward you if you sacrifice for it. But if you cheat it will expose you. It will humiliate you. It will destroy you because you can fake motivation. You can fake confidence, but you can't fake work. And I'm here to tell you, if you want to be unbeatable, you must become unoutworkable. Not once, not sometimes, every single day. So today, I'm going to give you the non-negotiable laws of the unoutworkable mindset. These aren't strategies. These are battle cries. These are codes you live by, bleed by, die by. 1, show up earlier than everyone. Leave after everyone. Let me tell you something the weak won't tell you. The average won't accept. And the soft can't swallow. This world was never built for the man who waits his turn. It was built for the man who takes it. And the first weapon you will always control is your time. While 99% of people in 2025 have their phones in their face, waiting for the next dopamine hit, waiting for the next motivation video, waiting for the next handout, the man who is built different doesn't wait. He shows up before they do. He owns the day before they even open their eyes. He understands that the world belongs to the one who gets there first and stays there last. Not because someone told him to. Not because it's trendy, not because he feels like it, because he knows that time is the one advantage you can weaponize ruthlessly every single day. You show up when it's inconvenient. You show up when you don't feel like it. You show up when there's no applause, no claps, no audience. You show up when everyone else is still deciding what they want to be. You want to be the man they cannot outwork. You make your life a 24/7 battleground. Your alarm clock becomes your enemy, not your friend. You don't negotiate with it. You kill it before it opens its mouth. You rip yourself out of that bed even if your body aches. Your mind screams, your soul wants to rest. Because comfort is the coffin of life. You get to the gym when it's cold, dark, and empty. You hit the track before the world has opened its eye. You send that email, write that plan, hit that extra set while everyone else is dreaming about it. And you don't stop when they stop. You don't clock out because the clock says it's time. You clock out when you're done, when your hands bleed, when your mind is broken, when your legs are shaking. You stay after they leave. You put in the extra hours when they say, oh, we did enough today. You go to war with yourself after the world has gone to sleep. Because that's where the difference is made. That's where separation happens, in the dark, in the quiet, when no one sees it but you. And here's what the weak will never understand. The real battle is never during the competition. The real battle is long before the fight began. The man who showed up early, stayed late, put in more work in silence already won. The opponent lost before they even arrived. Because you outworked them when they weren't watching. You broke yourself down and rebuilt yourself in the hours they wasted. You created a gap they could never close. Because while they slept, you trained. While they partied, you built. While they complained, you conquered. That's why they will never outwork you, because you no longer play by their rules. You make your own clock, your own day, your own game. And the world, it bows to the man who controls his time with violence, with discipline, with no compromise. It bends to the man who shows up when no one else will and stays longer than anyone else dares. That's how you send a message to life. I will not be outworked. Not today, not ever. To treat every rep, every task, every day like it's life or death. Let me rip the comfort right out of your soul. Because in 2025, you are surrounded by men who treat their goals like a side project. They train when they feel good. They work when it's a convenient. They show up when their fragile emotions give them permission. And that's why they lose. That's why they fold when life slaps them in the mouth. Because they trained soft, they lived soft, they became soft, but not you. If you want to forge yourself into a savage weapon, into a man so relentless the world breaks before you do, then you better start treating every single rep, every task, every damn day like it's life or death, because it is. Every rep you skip is a rep that could have made you stronger. Every task you half-ass is a seed of weakness you're planting in your soul. Every day you treat like it's just another day is a day you hand it to your competition on a silver plate. The savage doesn't see workouts as exercise. He sees them as combat readiness. He doesn't see business calls as meetings. He sees them as war room strategy. He doesn't see the calendar as dates. He sees it as a ticking clock counting down to his own funeral. That's why he doesn't leave a single moment to chance. He enters the gym like it's the Coliseum. He hits the weights like they owe him blood. He sends emails like he's firing missiles at his future. He shows up to life like it's the last breath he'll ever take. Because that's what separates the predator from the prey. Intensity. Ruthless, violent, no compromise intensity. While the weak scroll, the savage strikes. While the lazy negotiate with themselves, the savage executes without emotion. While the soft seek balance, the savage seeks victory at all costs. The world has lied to you. They told you it's okay to pace yourself. They told you to listen to your body. They told you there's always tomorrow. Lies, lies, lies. No tomorrow, there is no later. There is no when I feel ready. There is only now. And the man who wins is the man who treats now like his life depends on it. Because it does. You need to wake up with the urgency of a man who's been sentenced to death and given one more chance to fight his way out. You need to attack every lift, every sprint, every project, every phone call, every rep of your life with the savagery of a man who's got nothing to lose and everything to prove. When you train like it's life or death, you stop negotiating with fatigue. You stop asking for permission to be great. You stop tolerating mediocrity in yourself or anyone around you. You start owning the moment. You start crushing the weakness inside you before it has a chance to breathe. You start moving like a man on fire, because the truth is you are. The fire's either inside you or you get burned by life. There is no middle ground. So don't ever step into the gym, the meeting, the arena, or your own life with a casual attitude, walking like you own the place. Like the weights are you pain, like the world owes you nothing, and you're here to take everything. No mercy, no hesitation, no breaks, no excuses. Treat every rep, every task, every day like your entire legacy is on the line, because it is. That's why they'll never outwork you. Because you are at war every second of your life. And war has no weekends. War has no cheat days. War is 24/7, and you are the last savage standing on the battlefield. 3, embrace the grind when your body screams no. This is where the weak tap out. This is where the average fold. This is where the soft whisper, I can't. But this is also where the savage rises, because what separates the predator from the prey is not how they perform when they feel good. It's how they dominate when every fiber of their body screams for them to stop. You see, pain is the gatekeeper. Fatigue is the wall. Discomfort is the guard dog. They stand between the average man and the life he claims he wants. And 99% of men, especially in this soft era of 2025, bow to them like cowards. They hit the gym when they're motivated. They grind when their body feels fresh. They work when their emotions give them a permission slip. But that's not how warriors move. That's not how savages operate. You want to know the difference? The savage doesn't listen to his body, he commands it. The savage doesn't obey his feelings, he buries them. The savage doesn't negotiate with pain, he laughs in its face. Because the grind doesn't start when it's easy. The grind starts when it's ugly. When your lungs burn, when your legs shake, when your mind tells you we've done enough. That's when the savage licks his lips and says, and now we begin. Every set when your muscles scream, that's where the real work starts. Every night when your mind begs for rest, that's where the gains are built. Every moment your body throws the white flag, that's your cue to go harder, deeper, more savage than you thought possible. You want a life no one else has? Then you must be willing to do what no one else dares. You must run when they walk. You must lift when they sleep. You must push when they quit. You must understand that pain is your ally, not your enemy. Fatigue is your compass, not your warning sign. Discomfort is your invitation, not your excuse. Because the truth they'll never tell you is this: the world breaks the men who fear pain, but it bends to the man who embraces it, who hunts it, who feasts on it. You want to build a body that terrifies weakness. You want to build a mind that can't be broken. You want to walk into rooms and make people feel your energy without saying a word. Then you must train your body and your mind to love the grind when it sucks the most. When your hands blister, you keep going. When your lungs feel like they're filled with fire, you keep sprinting. When your bones ache and your joints scream, you crush another rep. Because you're not training to look good. You're not grinding to post it on social media. You're not doing this for the applause. You're doing it because that's who the FCK you are. A savage, a warrior, an unstoppable, unrelenting machine built for the dark hours. And here's what the world doesn't understand. The man who refuses to quit when his body screams no becomes the man who owns the world when his body screams yes. Because he trained for the worst, he becomes unstoppable in the best. They can't break you. They can't outwork you. They can't match you. Because you train in hell while they waited for heaven. And that's why they will never outwork you, ever. 4, hunt for discomfort, never hide from I think discomfort is where men are made. But let me tell you something the cowards of 2025 will never tell you. They've been programmed to run from discomfort like it's a disease. They hide in comfort zones. They shelter themselves in excuses. They medicate their boredom with distractions, dopamine, and lies. And that's exactly why they are lost. They've been taught to fear struggle instead of crave it. They think success is supposed to feel good. They think becoming strong is supposed to be motivational, inspirational, and shiny. They are fools, delusional souls. Because the man who rises in this world is not the man who hides from discomfort. It's the man who hunts it down like prey. The man who stops discomfort in every corner of his life. The man who sees pain as an invitation to dominate. The man who makes discomfort his home, his hunting ground, his playground. You think lions complain about the pain of the hunt? You think wolves whine about the cold of the night? No, because the predator has made discomfort his ally. And if you want to become a man no one can FCK with, you must develop the same predator instinct every single day. You must scan your life like a killer looking for the next target of discomfort. Where are you too soft? Where are you hiding? Where are you avoiding the pain? Where are you playing it safe? Where are you avoiding the confrontation, the challenge, the heavy lifting? That's where your weakness lives. That's where your cowardice festers. And that's where your discipline must attack. When your body whispers, not today, you reply, today is the only day. When your mind screams, we can't do more, you growl back, or we will do double. When life offers you comfort, you spit in its face and demand war. Because discomfort is your sharpening stone. Discomfort is your battlefield. Discomfort is your reminder that you are alive, that you are growing, that you are not like the soft men walking this earth asleep. The weak will never understand this. They will label you obsessed. They will call you a crazy. They will laugh while you bleed, struggle, suffer. But what they don't see is that you are forging something in the fires of discomfort that they will never taste. Unshakable strength. Bulletproof confidence. Unstoppable resilience, an edge that slices through mediocrity. Because when you condition yourself to love discomfort, you become a man they can't predict, they can't prepare for, they can't compete with. You become the storm they can't survive. You become the standard they can't reach. You become the one they fear when the lights go off and the struggle shows up. You must hunt discomfort like it's your oxygen, like it's your purpose, like it's the very thing keeping you alive, because it is. A man who runs from discomfort is a man running from his own greatness. But a man who hunts it, he becomes the king of his domain, the alpha of his world, the predator of his own weakness. Hunt discomfort, find it, live in it, own it, and you will never be owned by life again. 5, stack small victories until you bury your competition under them. Let me make one thing painfully clear. The men who dominate life don't do it with grand speeches, viral videos, or once in a lifetime breakthroughs. They do it with the daily, silent, ruthless execution of small, savage victories that no one claps for, no one sees, no one celebrates. They do it by stacking those invisible wins like bricks until they build a fortress so high that the competition suffocates under its shadow. You want to crush your competition? Don't look for the knockout punch. Look for the daily jabs that break their spirit slowly. You break a man by drowning him in your consistency, your discipline, your refusal to take a single day off. While they post about their highlight reel once a month, you are stacking wins every hour, every rep, every task, every battle they consider beneath them. You stack the early mornings they skip. You stack the extra set they avoided. You stack the extra page they refused You stack the extra mile they whine about. You stack the rejection they cried over. You stack the discipline they abandoned. You don't need to destroy them in public. You bury them in private. You suffocate them under the weight of your silent, savage, relentless micro victories until they can't breathe, until they can't compete, until they can't even comprehend the gap you've created. This is not sexy. This is not glamorous. This is the cold, hard reality of the savage. While they chase motivation, you chase domination through repetition, through brutal, mind-numbing, soul-breaking repetition. You don't rise to the top by waiting for big breaks. You build your empire by doing the stuff no one wants to do and doing it better than anyone else, longer than anyone else, and with zero applause. Your competition, they will try to catch up. They will try to shortcut. They will look for hacks, tricks, and quick wins, but they will drown because they never trained their lungs for the depths you've been living in. They never hardened their minds for the cold, harsh grind you turned into your temple. They never understood that the war is not won in the headline. It's won in the trenches, brick by brick, small victory by small victory by small victory. You want to win? Stack your discipline like an avalanche. Stack your consistency like an unstoppable machine. Stack your small victories until the weight of your excellence crushes the weak-hearted men who thought they could keep up. You make it impossible for them to catch you. You make it unbearable for them to breathe in your arena. You make them quit before the real fight even begins. Because by the time they show up, they're already buried under the mountain of your work, the mountain of your discipline, the mountain of your pain, the mountain of your sacrifice. And you don't even look down at them. You're already stacking more because the savage never stops. The savage never slows down. The savage never thinks he's done. The savage wins by suffocation, domination, and execution that never takes a 16-day off. This world belongs to the man who never stops swinging. Let's make this very clear. So even the weakest, softest, most excuse-filled man can feel it in his chest. The world of 2025 and beyond does not reward the man who shows up when he feels like it, who works when it's convenient, who rests when he's tired. This world will break the soft. It will swallow the average. It will forget the lazy. The man who rises now is the one who forges himself into a savage war machine that never clocks out, never stops, never compromises, never negotiates with weakness. You will not outwork me. You will not out-hustle me. You will not endure more pain than me. And you sure as hell will never be able to breathe in the suffocating depths I live in. Because I don't do this for claps. I don't do this for applause. I do this because I'm in war with myself every single day. Every savage strategy you've seen here is not a suggestion. It's a lifestyle. It's the code of the man who crushes his days, kills his excuses, and builds himself into a weapon of such ferocity that even time itself fears him. You show up earlier than everyone and leave after everyone, not because you have to, but because it's the only way to win before the fight begins. You treat every rep, every day, every task like your life depends on it, because it does. You embrace the grind when your body screams no, because that's when the weak leave the arena and the savage takes over. You hunt discomfort like it's prey, Because comfort is the slow, silent assassin of kings. And you stack small, savage victories until the weight of your excellence buries your competition under a mountain they can never climb. This is not motivation. This is not inspiration. This is war. And the man who wins this war is the man who never turns it off, who never takes a day off, who never lets the world set the pace, who sets his own rules, his own clock, his own battlefield, and makes everyone else kneel to it. So listen to me carefully. Every day you hesitate. Every day you delay. Every day you act like there's time. You are handing your life to the man who is willing to suffer more, grind harder, stay longer, and bleed deeper than you. The difference is not talent. The difference is not luck. The difference is grit, savagery, hunger, and a refusal to F-scene quit. That's why they will never outwork you. That's why they will never outlast you. That's why they will never be able to breathe in the darkness you have built your home inside. You are the man they fear. You are the nightmare of the average. You are the savage who eats weak men alive. So the question is not, will they outwork me? The question is, will they survive the storm I'm about to unleash? And the answer will always be no. Not today, not ever.